have Four Seasons on your side.
Hi, I'm Matthew Hess, the President and CEO of Four Seasons Pest Solutions. And today I would like to talk just a little bit about driver safety and the pest control industry. Accidents can occur at any time, and it's evident from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration's latest traffic safety report that distracted driving resulted in 3,522 fatalities in 2021. Speeding caused 12,330 deaths, and drowsy driving claimed 684 lives. As a pest control expert, your regular route could expose you to any of these risks. And therefore, it's crucial to always keep in mind the importance of safe driving while on the road. As pest control professionals, we have a crucial role in practicing responsible pesticide use. And it's important to remember that this also includes safe driving practices. If we get into an accident while transporting pesticides, there's a higher risk of spills occurring in areas where they shouldn't even be used. And this can result in violating our duties and responsibility as professionals. Now, although not all accidents can be avoided, we can most certainly lower the likelihood of crashes by following a few straightforward road safety guidelines. So the first one is to avoid distracted driving. What exactly is distracted driving? Well, it's any activity that diverts your attention from the road while you're driving. And as a pest control professional, you have the chance to be distracted by several things. Among those things are texting, phone calls, looking through your paperwork or your route software, eating, drinking, maybe a sprayer or an insecticide bottle tips over in your vehicle. Maybe you're using navigation software, not to mention the typical distractions that most other drivers face. Now, having been a pest control technician myself, I understand the temptation to take phone calls and to text while driving, but I urge you to resist. Your safety and the safety of others on the road depend on your attention to the task at hand, driving. Instead of being distracted, why don't you try these tips? Pull off the road to text or take a call. Be sure to plan your route and schedule ahead of time. Use hands-free devices to answer important phone calls. Stop and take a few minutes for lunch or other breaks. Ensure that your work vehicle is equipped with proper securing devices so that insecticides and sprayers won't tip over in the first place. Plus, while driving, simply keep your mind focused on the road. By doing these, you'll increase your chances of arriving safely at your next destination, then back to the office, and finally home at the end of the day. So remember, you won't do anybody any good if you're dead. So be safe out there. Now, the second thing is wear your seatbelt. Now, despite the fact that the vast majority of drivers adhere to laws regarding the use of seatbelts, the number drastically decreases in commercial motor vehicles. Here at Four Seasons Pest Solutions, we take driver safety very seriously. Each of our technicians is required to read, agree to, and sign our driver safety policy, which includes a mandate for the use of seatbelts in company vehicles. Now, this not only helps keep the cost of our fleet insurance rates more affordable, but it also ensures that our technicians have a greater chance of making it home to their families if an accident occurs. So by actively enforcing this policy, we prioritize the safety of our team and all the people around us. So let's look at a few quick seatbelt facts. First of all states in the U.S. except for New Hampshire have laws mandating the use of seatbelts in the front seat. Next, when all occupants wear seatbelts during crashes, there's a 45% decrease in serious injuries and a 50% decrease in fatalities. And third, failing to wear a seatbelt can result in an astounding 30 times higher risk of being ejected from a crashed vehicle. And last, not wearing a seatbelt can negatively impact your insurance rates. Wearing a seatbelt is clearly the best alternative. Now, another way to ensure that we drive safely is to get plenty of rest each night. Fatigue can actually cause a driver to operate in a manner that mimics drunk driving. So when a driver hasn't had ample rest, cognitive functions become impaired, driving performance suffers, and crashes ensue. All this can be easily avoided, simply getting plenty of rest each night. As pest control professionals, much of our day is actually spent behind the wheel. In the cities, we face tight surroundings, angry drivers, one-way streets, traffic jams, and so on. In the country, we face animals on the highways, long distance between stops, and farm-related traffic. Each of these creates environments where we might feel pressed for time. After all, we do have a schedule to keep, and something or somebody always seems to be in our way. But if we're tired, fatigued, and ready for a long nap, we're much more likely to make a poor judgment call or fall asleep behind the wheel than if we had had plenty of rest the night before. So to stay alert while driving, here's some tips on how to avoid driving drowsy. Try to avoid driving between midnight and 6 a.m. because these are the peak hours when drowsy driving is most likely to occur. Avoid drinking alcohol before driving because even if it's less than the legal limit, it can still cause drowsiness and impaired or slowed judgment. Steer clear of driving while taking medications that might induce drowsiness as a side effect. Finally, get adequate rest each night. Most people require a minimum of 6 hours, but getting 8 hours is actually optimal and will help reduce fatigue during your workday. Now, if you find yourself driving drowsy, here's 2 short-term tips you can try. Pull off the road to a safe place and take a 20 to 30-minute power nap. After your power nap, try a cup or 2 of coffee or an energy drink to pep you up. Now remember, these are short-term. But whatever you do, if you're feeling drowsy behind the wheel, do us all a favor and get off the road. And finally, to maintain safe driving when you're working in the pest control industry or any other field, keep calm and carry on. As summertime approaches, the roads become even busier than they have been, and this leads to a surge in road rage incidents across the nation's highways. Now, frustrations can easily build up towards other drivers, and particularly those who drive in the left lane and ignore the flow of traffic, those that drive too slow, and those who intentionally impede traffic by preventing its proper flow. To alleviate the issue, drivers should maintain a calm demeanor and actively communicate with other drivers around them through the use of turn signals and gestures. And if we'll do this, we can promote safer and more courteous driving habits on our roads. Now, when we're confronted with challenges while behind the wheel, it's simple. Just keep calm and carry on. It's important to remain composed and drive defensively and avoid this road rage. As professional drivers, our behavior behind the wheel ought to reflect professionalism and responsibility. And remember, there's always a possibility someone recording your actions and posting it to social media. So don't let it be your poor actions that everybody sees. So let's stay safe on the roads and keep our cool. And to reduce the possibility of road rage, there's a few simple tips that you can try. You can maintain a 3-second distance behind other vehicles in good driving conditions. In poor driving conditions, when the roads are wet or icy, 5 to 8 seconds is optimal. Drive the posted speed limit. We don't have to speed, and in fact, speeding obviously can lead to tickets. Driving the posted speed limit helps reduce road rage. If you're a commercial driver and you have a daily route, have your route planned before your vehicle ever moves. Know your next stop before you start your vehicle. Next, you could try keeping your lane changes to a minimum. And last, during peak hours, try using less traveled roads. And they may just prove to be more friendly to our driving habits. Now, when faced with less than optimal driving conditions, I believe we can take a few proactive steps like these to ensure our safety and the safety of those around us. There's no need for us to let other drivers ruin our day or cause us to put ourselves or others at risk. By taking these measures, we can become a more confident and secure driver. Now, if you're in a Four Seasons Pest Solutions vehicle, or even any other company vehicle for that matter, take the time to drive like a representative of a respectable and professional company, because everybody's watching. So keep calm and carry on, and remember that your next customer, your co-workers, and your family are all waiting for you. You do nobody any good if you're dead.
Any pest, any season, we're the solution.